And welcome back to Mark and Nick's Excellent Podcast. Nick cracking one open already. I'm Mark.
And I'm Nicholas.
And today we watched Jaws 2. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Is that the tagline?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wow, that's incredible.
We thought I just came up with that?
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
You're like, that's so good. So this movie's fine.
Yeah, I thought I was expecting way worse. So
Yeah.
this was happy.
I'm
very happy with it.
When you hear Jaws 2, you kind of like, oof. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially where I really liked the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, please don't make me hate the first one.
Well, I don't think a bad sequel could make you hate the first one. The first one just like exists in its own world.
Mm.
Whereas the sequels exist in, I think they're like a shared world of terrible. Well, I think Jaws 2 is like a distant cousin of the first one, in that it's not as cool, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's one of these ones that, if you are familiar with our other show, Bonding with Bond, it's one of these ones where me and Nick are gonna rewrite the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of good bits in this, but it's
really hampered down.
Yeah, and it's really not put together amazingly.
Yeah.
Some of the editing's awful too, which I like. Normally, I can't really tell when editing is what is pulling me out of it, but with this, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
There's a couple scenes where I was like, wow, nothing about this is intriguing me.
Well,
and I'm supposed to be.
Well, Nick says that, but he's also known as the man who brutally ripped apart the editing of Moonraker with the pigeon double take.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you are a man known for your critiques in editing.
It was unforgivable.
Yeah. And your rant about it, I think, during Quantum of Solace. Pretty sure you had a rant about the editing being like, why is it doing that? Why do we keep cutting?
In Quantum?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when they forgot how to shoot action.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
The whole movie. When they forgot how to shoot a movie. So Jaws 2 opens with like these two... Also, actually, hold on. Before we get into the movie. The movie itself, the production of it was hectic and frantic and a mess, in that our director was hired and was fired pretty early on in the production, and they had to start from scratch. And I guess the screenplays for the films are completely different. And there's one intriguing thing from the original version that I like better than what we got, in that Amity's like a ghost town where they're haunted by the shark's like legacy and whatnot, which I think it's a cool idea, because instead they just like everything's back to normal, everything's hunky dory.
There's, not to spoil the next ones, but does that happen in 3 or 4?
No.
Because I really do like the idea of you get 2 shark attacks in 5 years from these like megalodon-sized great whites, and still people go back.
Yeah, well, I think 3 takes place in SeaWorld. Great advertising. Amity's only shown at the beginning of Jaws 4, and it's during Christmas time, so it's all just the townies. So it doesn't. I don't know if Amity's a ghost town. They don't make mention of it. The rest of the movie takes place in Jamaica. But we open with these 2 divers, taking pictures under the water, and they're attacked by a shark. Bad opening.
Well, they go to the wreck of
The Orca,
yeah,
which is a completely different looking boat now.
And also later on there's that stupid orca scene.
Yeah.
I was like,
we'll get into that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a rough one. But the whole lore with that thing, I was like, I mean, just show the sunken orca at the bottom.
Yeah.
I think you can, like, that's subtle enough to be like, ha.
I don't think... crazy take here. Crazy take. You know the scene... No, actually, that wouldn't work. That would not work with the film that I devised in my head. I'm trying to think of how we can open the film with the movie I'm devising in my head. Because I don't think you can do it with showing the shark or having a shark attack, which I know you technically need to do.
Well, and you could even just have the divers turn around or something.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Like they can, and then I mean, the police go, "Hey, these two divers went miss." Like they can still search for that boat that nobody's around.
Yeah. So the thing about the movie, here's a major problem with Jaws 2 is that we know it's a shark, but I mean you're gonna know that regardless of walking into Jaws 2. You know, you're not gonna have the suspense. But also, when you saw the first Jaws, you knew there was gonna be a shark. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, give me a fucking give me a break.
Because so maybe 2/3 of it, it's in internal debate with Chief and everybody else around him that there is a shark again, and everybody's convinced that he is crazy, but the audience already knows there's a shark.
Yeah.
So why just have us be in his shoes and trying to fight through with its PTSD or if there's actually a shark?
Mm-hmm. And that'd be like the big twist, like when we actually see, like
the big twist is there's no shark.
Like, cause like what you frame it as is that you can see everything being an accident.
Yeah, one of the accidents is a boat blows up. Like that is such a far push that he is right that it was actually a shark. Mm-hmm. Like it could have just been a boat. Like they had gas on the boat and it blew up. Like it would have been so good to just be like, oh look. Maybe it was a shark. Maybe it was just an accident from people smoking next to gasoline.
Yeah, but yeah. It's like I think the whole movie should be about like Chief Brody's internal struggle. Like he has PTSD and he's like, you know, he's freaking out. He's like, people are dying. It's gotta be a shark, and everyone's like, dude. Relax. It's not a fucking shark, dude.
Yeah, we know you don't like sharks, man.
Yeah, like, Brody, if it was a shark, we'd take you seriously, but the shark's not going to blow up a boat. Yeah, and he's like, well, I blew up a shark. What do you fucking think of that? You know?
They're fighting back. They're using our tactics.
Yeah, they learn. And
then, like, it would be so good, too, because the picture where he's like, this is a shark, there's, like, it's pretty pushing it to be like, oh, there is a shark in this picture, and have that be the moment where, and because it's made to be like that in the movie, where they're like, alrighty, he's definitely cracked.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like a shark at all. He's like, look at the eyes, look at the nose. I'm like, that literally looks like nothing.
Yeah, it looks like an out of focus picture of underwater.
Yeah, and like, I think you should have had two stories going on at once. You should have had this story about Chief Brody and his PTSD and all this other stuff. And then maybe in the beginning, instead of the divers dying, oh no, you have to have the divers. But maybe early on, yeah, you have like the boat people. You have like the boat that explodes.
Yeah.
You have that
be
the first friends. One? Yeah, no, you have them be friends of Mike and his friends. Mm-hmm. And you don't have as many kids because it's fucking
oh my god,
so
please.
Stupid.
Can we cut that number in half?
Yeah. There's like 12 or 13 kids and
Jaws 2, double the kids.
And I think like 2 of them die. It's just the girl who saved Sean and the girl and
the guy on that first boat.
Yeah.
That's
nobody else dies.
Insane.
Yeah. And there's like 13 of them. It's ridiculous.
There's way too many kids.
Yeah, I would say maybe have like 7.
Yeah, and 2 of them die.
I would say 3 of them die.
Yeah. Well, we need the 2 mains.
You'd have in mine. You'd have Sean. You'd have Mike. You'd have Mike's buddy. You have Larry. You have the curly-haired girl. Mm-hmm. You have. Did I already say Larry?
Yeah.
All right. You have the girl that Mike wants to date, and then you have the 2 incels.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember their names.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
And then you have Tina and her boyfriends. You have 10. You have 10, and then like 4 of them are gonna die.
Yeah. If we're at 10, then 4 gotta die.
Yeah. Or not even. Maybe not even.
Well, now that I think of it, 3. So Mike and 2 people leave the boat area. So if there's only like 4 or 5 for that like final stuff. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And one of them is... What's Mike's brother's name?
Well, Tina has to go off with Brody, and then you have to have... you have the other kid die, her boyfriend die, and then you have the girl who saved Sean die. And then you have one of the incel kids die, and then you have like the incel and the girl stay alive, and you have the girlfriend stay alive. Maybe Larry dies.
I kind of want Larry to die saving Sean.
Yeah, that works actually.
I think that's more.
Yeah, so instead of the girl dying, you have Sean die.
Yeah.
Larry die. Yeah.
And then in the girl who gets breezed by, just have her die.
No, she's not there.
Well,
that could be the other incel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The one with the mutton, the sideburns.
Sideburns, yeah.
Because the problem is that they have all these kids and none of them have personalities except Larry. The two incels.
Remember their names.
The two incel kids. Mike's friend, and Larry and his buddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of who all the people have, like Mike, because Mike barely has a personality.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying, what I'm getting at is you have like these core group of kids, like these 10 to 11 kids, and you have this thing where these other two kids who they knew die in this boating accident.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of trying to figure out what happened as well.
Yeah.
And, and you have Mike being like, Dad, like, why won't you tell me what happened to my friend? He's like, well, I don't know, Mike. And he's just like,
because it was sharks, son.
And that's why Mike wants to keep going out into the water. And his dad's like, no, they died in the water. We don't want you sailing out there. He's like, yeah, but I want to find out what happened to my friends, blah, blah, blah. And you have that. Cool. You get them to do this whole thing where they're trying to figure out this thing because they feel like the adults are lying to them. Brody's like freaking out because he thinks everyone's crazy. They don't believe him. And then you're giving when these two parties intersect in the end, it means more. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like, oh, we've grown with a bunch of things. And not just Chief Brody being insane, putting cyanide in his bullets. It's just, we have that, but we also have this. So it's able to, like, we have an emotional connection to the kids in the boat. So when they're being terrorized, you don't think it's annoying. We think that it's like, we want them to get out of this. Mm-hmm. And because there's not as many of them, it's more of like oh shit, they're gonna get picked off like fucking bugs.
Yeah.
You know what? All right. So I'd kill Larry. I'd kill the incel with the mutton chops, and I'd kill Mike's friend.
You already said Mike's friend first. Oh no, you said Larry. Wait, is Larry Mike's friend?
No, Larry's the
mayor's son.
Yeah, Larry's the mayor's son, and then the curly haired guy is Mike's friend, Andy.
Yeah, he's like blonde, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's
the guy from Dog Day Afternoon.
Is he?
Yeah, remember in the beginning?
Oh my god, Sonny. Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's the difference in years between these?
Same as Jaws, 75 to 78.
Wow. Look at him go.
I know.
He didn't go anywhere. That stinks.
Hey, but he was in two iconic movies for, with very minimal characterization.
Yeah. And that's my dream.
Yeah.
Like
Nick wants to be the guard who has asthma in Dog Day Afternoon. He doesn't say anything. He goes,
no, there's too much body acting.
Yeah, so kids who would die in our version would be Larry, incel, Tina's boyfriend, and Andy. Yeah. And then Brooke, second incel, Mike, Sean, and Mike's girlfriend survive.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good. And Tina, obviously Tina.
I kind of want one more to die.
All right, we're killing Sean.
No, let's kill. No, Larry's already dying. I was gonna say because I think we could get some cool character development from the mayor if his son died, because he gets real bothered about him being on the beach when
in the first one.
Yeah. And then he's on Brody's side in this. Let's punish him.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Brody and the mayor go out at the end.
Oh.
And the mayor dies.
Oh, saving his son. They get eaten together.
No. Yeah, they both die. I don't think you need another one to die because you have the helicopter guy die.
Yeah. Helicopter guy dying was pretty cool too.
So yeah, I think there's enough death.
You brought him up. The biggest problem I had with this movie, editing wise, that I was talking about is the helicopter goes to save the kids in their makeshift sailboat raft. That's all the sailboats connected, and the Jaws TOO attacks the helicopter and brings it down, and it's such a cool looking scene. and like the blades are exploding when they hit the water, and it's shooting into the sails, so they lose a sail. But it's like, it looks like shit. It's such like cool ideas, and then you just like see the shark over his shoulder, and it's just like quiet.
Yeah.
There's like no emotion or anything anywhere. And then the editing of, I'm sure they only had one take and maybe it didn't look great or something, but the editing of the helicopter actually going down, I was like,
yeah,
I guess this looks all right.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And I feel like a lot of it was in the editing, not even in the actual shots itself.
Mm-hmm.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. But
I
yeah.
like the idea of the helicopter though.
Yeah, no, I love that idea. It's just like, I don't know. My more concern is fixing this as a writing thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, the thing about this movie is all the character stuff with Brody is fantastic.
Mm.
Everything with the shark sucks.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, like, the movie that's going on with Chief Brody is interesting because it's a bunch of people this guy who fucking did this crazy thing with a shark like 4 years ago, and now he's fucking crazy. Because he'll like someone will get mugged and be like, it was a shark, and it's like that's more interesting. But then like every time they go back to the shark, it's just like it's just a shark does eat people.
Yeah,
and it's just like
it swims backwards.
Yeah, and swims backwards, and the leg gets lit on fire and has a scar on his face.
Yeah, let's talk about the scar.
Yeah, all right. So the first big kill in the movie, which like I said, I would keep, but I wouldn't make it explicitly a shark. I would do the thing. So it's like this girl water skiing on a boat, and she gets taken down by the shark. Which in the thing you just don't show the fin.
Okay.
You just have her go down, and then it has the mystery of like, oh, what happened to her?
Mm-hmm.
And then the boat blows up from a distance. You don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
Oh yeah, it's from the house's point of view.
Yeah, because we have an old lady watching this happen. But in the movie, the shark attacks the boat, and this lady starts throwing gasoline on it, but mostly on herself and all over the boat.
And then shoots him with the flare gun.
Yeah, she shoots it with a flare gun, and then the shark gets lit on fire, swims backwards, goes back into the water, and blows herself up. And then Tina and her boyfriend, Eddie, I think his name was. Yeah. Eddie?
Yeah.
They are like, oh, wow. And then Brody goes and investigates, and the old lady is like, they were having a wonderful time, and the next thing you know, and like, it's like, but then Brody looks out the water, and is like, it has to be a shark.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, it doesn't, dude. But, I mean, it is because we saw it, but like,
but what if we didn't?
Well, what if we didn't? Oops.
Could have been good. Mark didn't silence his phone. Let it be known.
Yep. Oopsies.
I made it a point to go, I'm silencing my phone.
Yeah, and I make it a point to ruin every podcast. I don't know what you're trying to get at, Nick. You know, kind of being a dick now.
One thing that Mark called out in the original Jaws about the set design, that he was like, yeah, you're gonna like the other truck better. I like this truck better.
It's a better truck.
Yeah,
better color scheme.
Yeah, a lot of the sets in this are great. What's it called? Cable Junction.
Yeah.
There's a small island out, like, I think it was a mile off of the shore or something, where the power cables run from the mainland to the island. That'll come up later.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a Universal Studios set.
Yeah.
For an island that is run down.
Yeah.
So that one, it gave me that vibe. It's probably not the best because I instantly went, oh, that looks like a set.
Yeah.
But the only other one that I was like, oh, I kind of wish they did this differently, was they go into a dark room to develop some photos, and they don't do that red light that everyone always shoots in, which I kind of like how it looks when people are doing dark
red
room.
light, yeah.
Instead they use like yellow, which I won't pretend to know how to develop stuff. I know that I think the red light like doesn't give off something that keeps it from overexposing or anything, but allows you to see. And I feel like if it was yellow, everybody would choose the yellow one.
Yeah. One thing I want to say is the guy who plays Mike sucks.
Oh yeah, You've been dropping it a little bit in there.
He's a terrible, terrible actor in this movie. He's just like, I'm grounded. I can't leave the beach. It's my whole summer, though.
Yeah.
That's how he talks. I'm like, fuck. Oh, I hate this guy. And it's funny because other kids on the cast are like better. You know what I mean?
Sick.
Who? Andy?
Andy
Well, I wouldn't
is
cast
fun.
Andy as Mike,
Oh yeah, that's true.
but I could cast the guy who played Larry as Mike.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and then, but yeah, so the stupid boat thing happens, and then like Brody tells like Hendricks, the deputy, to like keep dragging the water, even though like the tide. He's like Hendricks is like the tide is moving everything around. Like you can't.
Yeah, we're not
going
to find anything.
Yeah, and he's just like, I don't care.
And he's like, well, we have to try, which I'm like, I'm fine with that.
But I'm like also like, just wait tomorrow. Just wait for tomorrow.
Then it's gonna be even further blown out, though. That's why I'm like, I guess you'd want to go as soon as possible.
Yeah, but I don't see it. Like all Hendricks finds is a fucking cable.
Yeah,
He finds the
leaves.
electric, the cable, to the power cable for the island. Spoiler, foreshadowing.
Yeah. Like, I'm okay with setting stuff up.
Do you think though that our idea wouldn't work actually? Like not showing the shark here at all?
Why?
Because you think that like with Jaws 2, you need to, it's like
Yeah,
Jurassic
guess,
Park. You can't get it again. You can't. You're not gonna be able to get the wow factor.
We would like it. Would it have made as much money? Probably not.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna shoot for general audience, you gotta throw that shark in there. You gotta give him a cool ass scar so he's scary.
But then again, like maybe not, because maybe this movie made a shit ton of money, but it didn't make as much money as Jaws.
Oh, see, when we were talking about it earlier, I thought it like made more money than Jaws.
Every Jaws movie that came out would make significantly less than the previous.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Jaws made $500 million, and this made like $280 million.
Jaws 4 made $4.
I think Jaws 4 made.
Did it make money?
I think it was low budget, so I think it was by default it made money. I think it made like $45 million or something in that, maybe 80. I know Jaws 3 made under $100 million. So like this, maybe because they didn't give a lot of effort into this one, it was like fuck that shit, and people stopped wanting to see it. I don't know.
Yeah. What if it was a thinker?
Yeah, like the first one.
I
Jaws is known for being a thinker movie.
Thank God that they didn't have Bruce working.
Oh, the first one,
Yeah. Because it could have been trash.
It could have been this. This is what happens if Bruce works.
That's a good point.
Yeah. What is it like right after this, or right after like the cable thing happens? Does Brody find the body? I think. Whatever he finds.
No, yeah, I think there's a little bit of a gap because I think somebody else goes missing or something, and then he finds it. No, I think you're right. I think I'm combining two things in my head.
Yeah.
He ends up finding it, and he goes in the water.
Yeah, but which me and Nick argued about while it was happening, because Nick is like, he's scared of the water.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the last line of the first movie, because I was like, man, the dude was scared of water. He gets over his fear to get on the boat to take out that shark, and then literally has the captain die and has to blow up a shark. I was like, this dude's never going in water again.
But he literally says while he's paddling home, I used to be scared of the water. And Hooper says, can't imagine why.
Yeah.
And it's like, Brody has overcome his fear of the water. He conquered his fear. He killed his fear. He blew up his fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Anyway, Brody goes on the beach and he finds the charred body of the.
Well, he finds the ski first.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the charred body is. This doesn't. Oh, no, it's not the ski. It's part of the boat.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought he had found the ski, and I was like, oh, there's going to be a foot still in it. I was like, oh, this is going to be gnarly. And then it wasn't. It was part of the boat.
Yeah, they needed that Ben Gardner scare.
Yeah. just a little something.
Yeah.
The charred body looked good too.
It does look good, but like, it doesn't work within like what the movie's trying. I don't know. Like, like if it's doing the thing where it's like we've already established 100 times. If it's like all like he thinks it might be all on his head, then it works. Because he's like,
dude,
this is a
it's
charred
actually
body.
Perfect for that. Yeah, because he goes, oh, no shark attack. It's a charred body. There's no bite on it or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if they were trying. Like maybe that's what the original one had going.
Maybe.
And then they were like, "Hey, let's drizzle some money on this."
Yeah, let's see some shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spielberg had nothing to do with this, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. He had interest in doing a Jaws 2, but his Jaws 2, the producers looked at him like he was fucking insane. His Jaws 2 was a movie about Quint's monologue. It was that.
Oh, really?
That was going to be the movie.
Huh.
And they were like, that's too different from what Jaws is. And then he was like, cool, well, I don't want to do it anyway. Because, like...
never mind. I didn't want to do it anyway.
Well, he was like, he's even said, he's like, I would have done it. I would have done a second one if, like, shooting Jaws 1 wasn't so fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And, and then, like... At one point, we also wanted to come back again, but he was also working on Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which made way more money than this did.
Yeah. I saw that for the first time, at Luna a couple years ago.
How would you enjoy it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's sound effects were good.
Yeah, Spielberg guy, he's pretty good.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good scenes in that. Overall, I wouldn't really care to watch it again, but it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also like this thing about Brody not liking that Mike is sailing because he's just like, everyone's on the water. And his wife's like, it's an island. What else is there to fucking do, bro?
Yeah.
And then his wife has this weirdly weird boss guy. She's like a real estate person now or something.
Well, that's what I don't really know what she has a job. And he is like
I think
on
it's
the
real
selectman
estate.
board or something.
I think it might be real estate because they're trying to sell people to move there, right?
Yeah, I think that's... Because they made that resort thing.
Yes.
So maybe that was like an investor or something to make more stuff.
Yeah. Which,
it's not super important.
Yeah.
But it
is because he's like... So because you can't do the whole mayor hates Brody thing again, you have to like make it like a bit different. Someone
else hates him.
Yeah, you have to have this guy hate him, and because then the mayor has to be like, all right, well, there might be a shark, but like, there's probably not a shark though.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll look into it.
He goes, well, I didn't believe you the first time.
Yeah.
And it was. So I'll give you half credit this time.
We'll look into it, dude. If you give me any other evidence, we got it.
Do you have maybe another picture?
Yeah. But there's also a part where Tina and Eddie are on the beach, and they run into a beach killer whale, which is a big dig at the movie Orca.
While you look this up, I'm gonna see where. I don't think killer whales are anywhere near here.
Really?
I don't think so. Like, I've been on whale tours and stuff, and they never mention it.
Well, anyway, there was a movie called Orca that came out in 1977, which was aping off of the success of Jaws. And in it, like, I think a killer whale kills a shark because they're like, that's right. What's more scarier than Jaws? This is what Jaws is scared of, the orca. And so their response is to have a washed up, dead, ripped apart orca on the beach. And honestly, the orca is a pretty good fucking prop.
The wound doesn't look great to me. Like,
on the mouth?
Guess, yeah, I think it looks too dry.
Well, I think it's because they're insinuating that it's been there for like...
She says it's been there for a day, and there were birds eating it, is my thing. Like, they'd be like pecking at it type thing. And I was wrong. The orcas do migrate past, like, it's in the blue.
Yeah. I got that, Nick.
Yeah. It's not the white parts. It's not the tropical waters.
The big thing that says orca in blue, and you're just like, yeah, it's the blue one. Yeah, Nick, I kind of put that one together. Look at asshole.
it's interesting. I don't know. It seems, I don't know. It took me out of it. I was like, why is it a killer whale?
Yeah, and then he brings this new marine biologist there who's just like Hooper like esque, but she doesn't believe anything he's saying. Where I feel like imagining Richard Dreyfuss being in that, and then there's just Brody and him talking like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." You think what I'm thinking? Yeah, we're back on the boat.
That would have been great. And there's a like throwaway line about him being on a trip. Is that before or after this?
That's after.
And they should.
It's after he finds the charred body. Which I was wrong. He finds the orca before the charred body.
Okay, that's why I was like, I feel like there was a gap between.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
Yeah. They mentioned the Hooper's on the Aurora and is not going to be in radio contact for like at least 6 months, and I'm like, interesting.
Convenient.
Yeah, I can't imagine this movie working with Hooper though.
Yeah, because I still, if you do it the way you want to do it, where it's like a mental game, and he has this guy that is like, no, you're not crazy. But then it just becomes a first movie.
But actually, maybe if it's like Hooper comes to town and like Brody's like, look at the picture, look at the evidence, and Hooper's like, dude, like you're crazy.
Yeah,
the
boat blew up.
Yeah, like what you're showing me is a charred body, and a whale that was floating for hours.
Yeah,
and then got washed up on a beach.
Been, imagine he's not on his team. That betrayal.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I fucked your wife again.
Yeah, and then maybe what you do is, all right,
because they have the drinking scene.
You got me to fit him in. He comes to town. Here this is the first time he comes in. He comes in to check on the fucking whale, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right, I'll be in town if you need to talk. We'll catch up, get dinner. And he's just like, he's like, but it's a shark. He's like, it's not a shark.
Yeah.
He's like, it's inconclusive.
Yeah.
And then later on, he has another conversation with him after he gets fired, and he's like, or before he gets fired, or before or after, whatever, it doesn't matter.
During.
And and he's like, and Brooper's like, dude, I think you're crazy. You need to seek some help. Blah blah blah.
That'd be sick.
And then later on, Hooper could be the helicopter, and Hooper dies.
Oh yeah. He goes, I'm rich. I know how to fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
He goes, I did this on some research trip I was on. Yeah, I can fly out there and get him while you're on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Then he dies.
I don't know. Because I think if Hooper went out on the helicopter, I'd be like, oh, they have a helicopter, but like Hooper's got to fly it. They don't have somebody else who could fly out for him.
Well, maybe you have Hooper. He's like being brought back from the. He's like traveling with a harbor patrol guy. And he gets the message, and the harbor patrol guy's like, "Yeah, we'll do this after." He's like, "No.
Yeah,
it's Sean Brody. It's my buddy's son. We gotta fucking go get him."
Yeah, that could work too. Or they both go on the helicopter. He doesn't know how to fly it, but he goes with to help or something.
Maybe
it's like Sean's out there. I gotta go.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's little things.
Yeah, I would want him to die though.
Yeah, he would have to die. But the other problem is I don't think he would do it because by this point, Richard Dreyfuss won an Oscar, so that's not happening.
Oh, really? What did he win it for?
The Goodbye Girl. Very good movie. Very, very good movie. It's a very good movie. It's a romantic comedy. Yeah. He plays like an actor, like a struggling actor, and he's like living in an apartment with this woman who they don't want to be living together, and they fall in love. And she has like a daughter. And there's a great bit where he's like cast in Richard III, but the director wants him to play like gay, and it's just like Richard Dreyfuss like over the top being like, in the winter of discontent, and I'm making an ass of myself. It's really good. I recommend it. We'll watch it on the podcast at some point.
The kids just showed up again, and there's like, why does he have so many friends? This is too many people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does enough for a slasher movie, but not enough of them die. Weird, huh?
Yeah, it's like
they double fucked it up.
Yeah, there's so many kids in this.
Yeah. Halloween came out the same year. They introduced 4 kids, 3 of them die.
Yeah.
This one they introduced 13, 2 of them die.
Yeah.
You see how fucked up this is?
It's something.
Yeah. You see how fucked up that is? That's so fucking stupid. It's like a CW show. It's like a bunch of people with like one-dimensional personalities, and then none of them die.
Yeah.
This is stupid. I hate this movie. This movie sucks. Just kidding. This movie's fine.
Yeah.
I
thought it was pretty good. There's some pretty good camera work in it too. There's one that hasn't gone by yet.
This is the Jaws movie that still feels like a movie. It looks like a movie. So yeah, one of my favorite bits in the movie is a scene where after Chief gets the charred body, he's like filling his bullets with cyanide and putting candle wax on it to make him like so if he shoots the shark, that shark's dead.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he's doing like a seance or something. It looks like he's got a Ouija board on the table. Yeah, the way it's shot.
Would that actually kill the shark quickly?
I don't know. I also don't know how much like a lethal dose of cyanide would be for something that big.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's just like, I have this, I'll put it in the bullets.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely slow the fucker down.
Yeah. Well, those barrels didn't.
Yeah. Well, maybe if Quint waited for Hooper to put the fucking cyanide shit in the fucking gun, he would fucking.
That's a good. Well, then he went and dropped it, and then didn't go back for it. He just hid underwater for like 4 minutes.
Yeah. That's why he needs to die in the helicopter. Karma.
He gets harpooned.
Yeah.
I still like the theory that the shark learned everything from the first movie.
Yeah.
They're evolving.
Like, no.
Yeah, I know how to blow stuff up now.
Yeah. And then this is all leading to a great thing. So he goes home and he's all fucked up. Mm-hmm. And his wife's like, "Do you want to talk?" And he's like, "No, it's his routine." And he's like, with his hands, like washing him, like, and she's like, "Okay."
Uh-oh.
And then like he yells at his son. He's like, "Mike, what are you doing tomorrow?" He's like, "I'm going sailing." And he's like, "No, you're not. You got a job. You're beached. You're grounded." And Mike's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Dad.
He's like, "Dude, I'm trying to get laid. I'm 17. It's time."
Yeah, and then they have that nice little debate.
Yeah,
it's literally his summer.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's 17.
Yeah.
He probably get
it. Man,
it's also in the 70s. If his motherfucker gets a summer job in the 70s, that motherfucker can own a house at the end of the summer.
Yeah, college is already paid for.
Yeah, like, dude.
Yeah, I paid in 4 bathrooms. I'm good for 4 years of college.
Exactly. God, the 70s were great. I wasn't alive.
The pants.
Yeah. Yeah. Elton John was riding high.
The scene where he's putting cyanide on the bullets kind of gives me like Apocalypse Now vibes.
Yeah,
like watching him slowly break down and he's so sweaty and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like he's losing his mind. Everyone looks at him. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, all the Chief Brody stuff is fantastic. You just need something else to balance it out to get rid of the shark shit. And that's why you have the teen drama shit going on. And you have like maybe people keep going missing.
Mm.
And like you keep hearing that, and that's why. And Brody keeps being more paranoid. Like every time someone goes missing, Brody's like, "Tony, there's a fucking shark," and everyone's like, "He wasn't even near the water."
Yeah,
yeah, like,
that'd be great.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yes, he got a. No, never mind.
What?
I was just trying to think of a crime that would happen on land, and all of them, it's like, oh, it's an island, so it's so close, anyways.
Yeah, these karate kids are karateing the picket fences.
They killed the fence.
Yeah. Yeah, the old guy with the fucking the wheel. Look what they did with their bare hands.
It's like a car accident or something.
Yeah, and then the next day we're at the beach and Mike's painting toilets while the girl that he has a crush on.
He's painting like they're like bathroom stalls outside for like changing and stuff, and not like what you said. I just picture him painting like a literal toilet.
Yeah,
they're like, make these red.
Well, I always think of it as like painting toilets because when Larry's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I don't got anything going on." Oh yeah, I thought you painted toilets on the beach.
Yeah, there's one little cool rewrite thought I had was having at that point, because the group of kids is too big and not enough people die in it, at that point have people be like, oh, like Mike can't go out. I don't really want to go out. Make Mike cooler. And then have the cool kids, they'll go on and be by themselves sailing, and then they all get attacked and die. And while that's going on, Brody has been fired and is like, know what? I'm crazy. Like, go ahead, go sailing. And then Mike and his buddies go sailing. And then they get the news that that first group is getting attacked. And Brody's like, I wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta go save my boys.
I think that's good enough with just Eddie and Tina.
Yeah, but they're with the group.
Yeah. Well, I think they should go off
just
first.
Get a little separated. Yeah. That could work. I want like 2 more with them. I want 2 boats to go out.
But I think the Eddie and Tina scene's the best scene in the movie.
Nah, I think there's way better scenes.
Like what? Give me your thing.
I like the scene 4 seconds ago with the gun.
Oh, okay.
And the deputy's like, "Oh wow, you're going a little crazy, huh? Your uniform is off.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting in the room alone, candle lit."
All right. Well, when I get to the Mike and Tina scene, I'll explain why I think it's
there's great stuff in it, but that's another edited one that's poorly edited.
I'm gonna go beach scene, the Thunderball beach scene on your
God.
ass, in a bit. But we go to the beach. Mike's painting
There's
toilets.
not even a one-liner.
Mike's
Stick
getting
around.
No, I think you got the point.
Ah, damn it.
Mike's painting toilets on the beach, and Ellen and the mayor and her boss are showing people around and be like, yeah, we have a beach on this island. Crazy.
A whole big circle of beaches.
Yeah. And Brody is in a shark tower, and they're like, what the fuck's he doing up there? And they're like, let's get everybody back on the bus, and we'll, pretend we didn't see that. And then this little girl stops them, and she's like, the mom's like, what is that? And she's like, it's a shark tower. I saw one in Florida. And he's like, no, he's bird watching.
Yeah, bird watch.
Weather reports. We're running late. Let's get on the bus.
Shark.
Yeah. And then Brody sees some shit in the water. He rings the bell. He goes.
It looks pretty, like, it's good. It's a school of fish. Looks like a giant mass that's moving. I'm like, it's perfect.
I wouldn't. As a kid, I didn't think it was a shark. Wanna know how I know? Didn't go dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah. Oh, we knew for sure it wasn't. And I don't think it shows well enough that it's moving. Like, it cuts from it being in one spot. He it cuts to a wide of him like refocusing the binoculars, and then it's again not really moving, but it's moved. I'm like, give it some motion in the shot and it'll translate better.
Yeah.
Because
it would have been even better if it's Lily Brody going insane. He thinks he sees the shark. He just used the shark prop. Like, he used the fin. And it's just this guy going crazy.
Or it's a diver.
Because in that moment...
shoots up a diver.
Well, because in that moment, later in a couple of seconds, it means Brody's looked at Sean, and Sean's like him standing by him, kind of gives you more of an emotional reaction. So Brody gets down, he starts shooting. He's like, out of the water. He opens fire on this public beach.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, it's a school of bluefish.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
I would like that role.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You could do that.
I don't know about deputy, but I could do that for sure.
But he's and Brody kind of looks like, I just fucked up, and everyone is slowly walking away. He's like, it's okay, come back. And the mayor's like, oh my God, the Brody lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. And
Brody kind of falls to his knees, and he is picking up his bullets.
Yeah,
and
he's picking up the casings.
And then Sean comes down to help him. And it's a really good scene where, he looks at Sean like, no matter what, I still got my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's a good little moment. Nice little thing. Like I said, all the Brody stuff's great. But I just think like you lean more into like the man losing his mind.
Yeah. Man. It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I do think it wouldn't have worked, unfortunately. I would have loved it.
I think it would have worked if like I said, we kill all 4 of those kids and we make it fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And we kill the helicopter.
No,
yeah.
that's because you'd be able to save all the, like the rating system. It's like by how much happens. So like we're saving points early on by not showing those deaths, so we can use those later.
Exactly. And we already blew up a boat.
Yeah, and like you don't have to see any like gore or anything on that. It's just a boat blowing up.
Exactly. We gave him a dead body. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. This would have been great. Yeah, because then by the end when we kill like the 4 or 5 kids that we're gonna kill and 2 dudes in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like that gives
that's good.
We ramp up the body count very quickly. Yeah, fuck it.
We did it.
Yeah. Movie done.
Another movie saved.
And then like they fire Brody. Well, no, Brody first goes to this like picture place, like a photo development place.
Yeah.
And they develop a picture, and Brody sees like this really unfocused shot of the water, and he's like, "That's a shark," because like a little circle in the side of the thing, and he thinks it's an eye, and I'm like, "That's not." Even as a kid, I was like, "That doesn't look like a shark at all."
I literally don't see it at all.
Yeah. Like he's crazy.
Yeah.
And he goes to City Hall and he starts yelling at these people, and they're like, "We're having a meeting here." He's like, "Good, I'm glad you're all here. This is a fucking shark. You see that?" And the guy's like, "This looks like seaweed."
Yeah.
And he starts freaking the fuck out and screaming at them. And his wife's boss starts screaming at him too. And then the mayor's like, "Martin, how about we take this picture in the other room and we make our own minds of what's in the picture?"
Mm-hmm.
And there's a deleted scene that makes the scene actually good.
Yeah, makes it way better.
Yeah, where the City Hall people are like, "We should fire this fucking guy. This guy is crazy. He's thinking this shark's. Look, you see his picture? There's nothing in it."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Let's put up to a vote." And everyone raises their hand except the mayor, and they all kind of like all opposed. And then the mayor raises his hand. He's the only one who defends Chief Brody, which I'm like, that's my guy.
Mm-hmm. Makes his character in it like we'd give him a beautiful death.
Yeah, we would. And
dude, the scene where he starts shooting, so good.
It is,
because it's like, is he gonna shoot? And then he lets all 8 bullets fly.
Yeah. And we then go to Brody going home drunk, and he gets home. There's a cute little thing where he has a little his like garden station is the barrel from the first movie that he rode home on.
To slow the tank.
Yeah.
The tank. The shark.
Yeah.
It's basically a tank.
Yeah. It's got an engine in it. And then he's kind of being a dick to the deputy, being like, "Hail to the new chief," bump, and he's like,
I don't think he is though. I'm like, I think he's genuinely like, I'm fucking done. It's
passive aggressive,
but I think I don't take it that way at all, honestly, because he's like, literally, you did none of it. Like, I did this to myself.
Well, I think he's doing it in like a thing of like. He doesn't think Hendrix is gonna do anything. He's just gonna let everything happen. As much as he probably likes the dude, he's probably be like, he's not gonna stop this shark.
No, he doesn't.
Or I think this should be the moment where like that's the moment where Chief kind of realizes that he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Where he got fired for it, and they're like, he's like, maybe I am. And then like he's drunk, and then you have Hendrix, Hooper, and his wife there, and then he does the hail the chief thing, and Hooper's like, "Come on, dude."
Yeah.
Come on. And then we have a really great scene where he talks about how he's never been fired before.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And then he says, "I've never been fired before," and then says, "I got fired when I was 17. It's like,
well,
I know, but I just hate that line.
Well, he's like, "I've never been fired before. I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, but like not when I was a man.
And not from a real job."
Yeah. He's like, "No one ever told me I couldn't hack it before."
Yeah, I think cut the getting fired younger thing and just do.
Yeah.
I've always been good enough at what I do.
Yeah, and then after that, you have Hooper be like, or you have Hooper before that be like, "Listen, man, I looked at the picture. There's nothing there. Blah blah blah. I think you need to get some help, guy." And he's like,
"What would we have be the thing that gets them out there, though?"
Hooper?
No, everybody. Why do they know that Mike is out sailing? I don't remember the driving force that gets
Hendricks tells them because the divers, which we'll talk about.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I completely forgot about the divers. Is why.
Yeah. So yeah, the next day you have the same beats play out. You know, Mike sneaks out of the house. He's gonna go sailing regardless. But in our version, him and his friends are going out there to try to find out what's going on with their friends and why some people got missing. You basically say like, so a boat blew up and then 2 of our friends went missing at the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Tina hasn't been seen in a while. Tina and Eddie have not been seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so actually, yeah, before Chief Brody gets fired, you right around here. Right here is where you do the Tina Eddie scene. Right before Mike goes sailing.
Because I would like... No, I don't know. It's interesting. I think we should both write our own and then compare notes. Because I think I want to go a different way with it, but I like yours too.
Tina and Eddie go out and they get it. You know, and that scene's great.
Yeah, they get it.
Yeah, they're about to have sex, and Tina's like, my mom sees my black and blue marks all over my butt, and she's starting to get worried. I'm like, why is your mom checking your butt first off? And then, you know, she gets killed. Mm-hmm. Oh no, Eddie gets killed, and it's brutal because he falls out of the boat, and then like he's like trying to swim back. Shark catches him, and he gets whacked right on his face, like face first on the boat.
It's so good.
And then he's like gripping onto it, and he breaks the boat off.
I think he says like please or something. He says something.
Yeah, it's
that
great.
I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's really good.
He says help,
Yeah,
and then it breaks. He breaks his like it rips off his chin.
And him getting hit, his like head hitting the wood was awesome.
Yeah,
it reminded me of like Texas Chainsaw with the door. When the guy, oh no, he gets hit with a hammer, right?
Yeah,
and then has a seizure. I'm like, that's good.
Yeah,
but the editing, like right before, the picture just came up. I can kind of see the shark in it now, but I can see the entire first time I saw it, I did not see a shark, so I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Oh man. That distracted me.
Taking as a massacre, you were saying?
Yeah, something. Oh, so the editing with the shark showing up when Tina's in the boat, it has it. He is coming towards the boat and then goes underwater, and it's like perpendicular to the boat, and he's gonna go under and get Ed from the other side, and then like 3 seconds later, it does another cut from him coming like a different direction and going under again. I'm like, ruined.
Yeah. But then after that happens, Mike and his friends sail out now because they're going to go meet Tina and Eddie. Mm. And then instead they run into like the divers. The diver gets scared. That beat plays out.
Yeah.
And then they find out Mike's out there. Mm. And Brody's like, we got to go get him.
Because I like even the diving one. I don't want to see the shark. I want that one diver to get scared shitless, and he's teaching a course on diving, so there's like 10 people there, and I want everybody else to go, we did not see a shark.
Yeah, you do that, and then you have you don't see the shark until the kids are on the boat.
Yeah,
like when
I'm trying to,
when the shark attacks the boat, that's because you don't see it when Eddie gets killed.
Yeah.
You see it when it kills Larry or somebody. When it first attacks the kids.
I think you want to see it for Ed because the way it's shot looks really cool.
But I think it's better you don't see it.
Do it on somebody else.
You see the fin with Eddie.
Okay.
But you don't see the shark. You see the fin because then like I think the power of the like oh fuck. And then later, and then once you see the kids on the boat, and the first time Mike falls into the water and it comes up and scrapes against it, that's when you first see the shark, and you're like, "Oh fuck, it's got a scar on its face. How menacing!"
Oh, I wonder if people would put together that the scar was from the explosion, and you could be like, "Oh my god, he wasn't crazy the whole time."
Exactly.
But I don't know if I would have been like, "Oh my god, he's burned from the explosion earlier."
Yeah. But yeah, see, like,
Oh, you know what? Credit sequence, we just show it all from the shark's point of view.
Yeah.
All the kills from earlier in the
post
movie.
credit.
No, during.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this happens. They get told that Mike and his friends are all out there, and he saw Sean with them, and that's what gets Brody to be like, "Wait, so this guy's saying he saw a shark?" And they're like, "Yeah," and he's just like, "Are my kids out there?
Yeah.
Well, let's go." And the mayor is like, "Brody, my kid's out there too," and he goes with them. He's gonna die.
Would you do him instead of the wife on the boat?
Yeah,
Well, I really like the Tina in her moment.
you can just have it with the mayor because the mayor's finally seeing this firsthand.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the
You had
mother's
Eddie-
comfort thing. Though.
Eddie's the mayor's kid this time around.
And Eddie survives. She dies.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, that works even better. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's my son's girlfriend and she's alone.
Mm-hmm. Where's my son? And he's like, where is he? Where is he? She's like, shark. There,
Yeah, that's good.
And they call in Hooper, or they call in the the patrol, and Cooper's in the helicopter with him. He's like, circle around. Sean's out there. Michael's out there. We're gonna fucking help these kids. And he's like, if Brody says he sees a shark, let's check it out.
Yeah.
And then
maybe they're even already in the helicopter doing something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, he's bringing Hooper back to wherever he has to go.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Because I just thought of another thing that I wouldn't like if it was like, oh, Hooper needs to fly the helicopter, because this is Harbor Patrol helicopter number 3.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have 3 helicopters and 1 person who can fly them.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, no, Hooper's,
So
Hooper's getting flown somewhere that he needs to go.
He's being flown out to the Aurora.
Yeah. Getting flown back. And then you have, so maybe the mayor doesn't die. He's just, now he's bringing Tina home, and he's just like,
yeah,
we'll talk about this when we get back, buddy.
Oh, no, yeah. Because they just sail the boat back with Tina. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like when stuff like this, when we're just brainstorming rewrite stuff, when I'm like, that actually works really well, and it's not even changing that much.
Yeah. It's just little changes. Yeah, and then you have fucking Hooper gets killed in the helicopter. Larry saves Sean, dies to save Sean. Andy dies in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And then the other incel dies also toward and then the climax. While the kids are out there on the boats, they have like the Hooper Quint Brody moments where they're just talking.
They do the scar stories.
Yeah, but you just do something else. You learn about the kids more, because
it's kids scars. I fell off my scooter.
Well, you get more. Maybe you have like this. You do some teen drama. You do like think Breakfast Club when they
talk about their parents.
Well, yeah, the parents. You just think about like the Breakfast Club scene where they're all sitting in the circle and they're all talking, and the kid talk. Like, remember when the nerd talks about how he wanted to kill himself?
I don't remember any of that. I haven't seen that since I was like,
it's good,
14 or something.
It's pretty good.
I have heard good things about it. It used to be my cousin's like favorite movie.
But you just do that. You do like this thing where they're all like in a circle, like, and they're all like kind of like you're learning all about them because they're all in this like thing where they all think they're gonna die, so they're all like letting out their like most personal shit out because there's no hope. And cool. Because the only thing we get to learn about the kids in this movie, and the actual Jaws 2, is that Larry's kind of a dick, and his friend is like really caring, but he's too scared to show it. The girl is kind of, for lack of a better term, a slut. Like the
Mike's girlfriend girl.
Yeah, the Mike's girlfriend girl, because she jumps to Larry, then she goes back to Mike, and then she goes back to Larry, and she's playing them both. And then Brooke has no personality other than to be the affection of the Napoleon Dynamite looking motherfucker. And then like the Napoleon Dynamite motherfucker asks her out, and she agrees to do it. And it's like, that's his big moment, but then he gets separated from the group later anyway to go bring Mike back, which is like, this is fucking stupid. That's like, he's the only person that has an arc right now.
Yeah.
He's the only one that has something going on. And they leave the other guy with the glasses who has nothing going on when they're kind of like a comedic duo in the movie, so they should be sticking together with Brooke. I don't know. And then you have like these two motherfuckers, like this girl Lucy, who gets road
road rash
by a shark.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend, who has no name whatsoever, and he has like 4 lines the entire movie, which is like "shut up" and "be quiet" and "Lucy." That's literally all he says. Why the fuck are they there? And they have no personality or character.
Mm-hmm.
Mike has no character. Like I said, Larry has more character. Like Larry, Andy, and the incels have the character.
Yeah, Mike is just like a bored.
Yeah,
it's not.
He's a boring guy.
Nothing interesting.
Yeah. And then there's also another girl. I completely forgot, and she's the one who dies. She's like Andy's girlfriend, maybe, because there's a scene of them holding hands.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm like inferring that, maybe, but they never really interact outside of that. And then he doesn't really seem broken up about the fact that he gets eaten one whole.
Yeah, that's a weird scene too.
Sean falls in the water while the shark's there, and the girl jumps in to save him, and she does, but she can't get on the boat quick enough, and she gets swallowed whole, and Sean.
And there's no blood or anything.
Yeah, and Sean screams, and it's whatever. And then,
I wish there were more throwaway deaths like that, because it just makes that stick out a lot.
Yeah, and it also would have been it also would have, like, mirrored the first one with the story that Quint is talking about, how the sharks would pick them off one by one.
Yeah.
He's like, 1,300 men went in the water, 800 came out of the water, or something like that. I don't remember what the exact number was.
I like the idea that it just plays his monologue
over it.
Yeah. Just as the kids are being eaten one by one.
Yeah. Like, you have a significantly less amount of kids, and you get to learn about them as they're dying, and then, like I said. And then the Chief Brody still does the same fucking shit. He goes there. He crashes the boat like an asshole. And then he grabs. They do this cool thing actually, where the marine biologist early on, when she's talking about the orca, she's like, sharks are attracted to sound.
Yes. Oh man, this is one of the better setups I've seen in movies, where they like actually set something up and then it comes back often.
Oh yeah, like they like every time like the kids make a sound, we'll cut it into the water so you hear the sound, the vibration of their sound.
Yeah.
And then Brody has just learned that, because that's what Brody does. He learns one fact and he's just like, I'm an expert now.
Yep.
And he grabs like he accidentally pulls up the cable wire.
The high voltage power one that is dragged up earlier in the movie too.
Yeah, and he starts hitting it with a paddle to try to attract the shark away from Sean.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws all right. So he throws it into the fucking shark's mouth. The shark blows up.
Yeah, and
he goes, "Say-ya!" No, it's cool as smile, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
but
they didn't need another.
I forgot to say, Mike gets separated from the group.
Yeah,
Mike and Napoleon Dynamite and some other guy who who has even less of a personality than the guy earlier. I was talking about the guy who goes, Lucy.
Yeah, Mike takes a nap.
Yeah, he gets hit in the head by a pole and he gets concussed, and he he goes away, and then they run into Chief Brody, and it's just like they could have been with the kid. Like they didn't need to fucking. That didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Could have just not happened. They could have just all been on the boat and just not have as many kids.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Because you just have Brody be like, oh, they're not at the lighthouse. Huh, where else could they be? Huh, there's only one other place they could go. I guess I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
It's simple. You don't have to fucking have like these fucking people show up. Or maybe you have on the radio, ooh, not even changing much. What you have is Brody's like on the thing. He grabs like the radio. He's like, Cooper, I'm at the lighthouse and I don't see the kids here. And he's just like, bro, Martin, I have eyes on them. They're floating adrift near Cable Junction. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then as he's like, we're tying them up now. We're bringing them home. Blah blah blah. And then you hear like the shark attack, and you hear Hooper screaming, and then like Brody's like, let's go, hyperdrama. One of my boys in danger, and my sons are in danger.
Yeah.
Simple. You don't even change in much.
Yeah, that would be great. That's how I was like, maybe they could even shoot a flare off or something.
Yeah.
He's like, where are they? And then he like catches out of the corner of his eye, there's the flares going down.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Cable Junction.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. And then, so then Sean says some shit where he's like, they made me go with them, when literally Sean was blackmailing Michael to let him go with him earlier in the film.
And it's honestly kind of a cute scene
Yeah.
where Sean's like, you going sailing? And he's like, he negotiates for him to go, and he already has his life jacket in his hands.
Well, like he's like, you going sailing? And Michael's like, maybe. He's like, can I come? He's like, no. He's like, Michael? He's like, all right.
Yeah, come on.
It's like, I heard you moving paddles in your room. What are those for?
Yeah, you weren't very stealthy.
Also, I don't know what he was moving, actually, because he didn't take anything with him. He just like knocked a bunch of things over to be like, ooh.
Yeah, I
wanted
don't
to
know
get
if
caught.
I don't know if we're supposed to like be like, oh, maybe he like tripped into it.
Yeah. Like,
But he's totally a kid with a
then
clean bedroom.
Then he sprays fucking cologne in his mouth.
That I made myself laugh with that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen somebody do the. What even is that? Just like, it's not mouthwash. You'd have to spit it out. Whatever, the perfume bottle that people used to spray in their mouths so their breath smelled good instead of brushing their teeth, like humans.
Yeah.
I just went, oh, cologne. To the mouth.
They still sell shit like that. It's like,
I'm sure. I don't.
yeah,
I
I've
don't
used it
know
before.
anything about that.
I used it before when I was like 14.
Mm.
I thought that was something that everyone did.
Yeah, I've never even seen it. I don't know what it would be called. I wouldn't even know how to search it. Mouth deodorant.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Jaws too. It's
Oh.
fine. It's like,
Let me get the list of stuff.
like I know this episode was all over the place. That's because we had to rewrite the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, that was. I think it was all right. I like the special episodes where we rewrite stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna do that next week a lot because that one's a fucking mess. Jaws 3 is a fucking. You know how bad Jaws 3 was? Is that so? I saw the Jaws movies when I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think anything's bad when you're 5 years old? No, but I thought Jaws 3 was bad.
You're like, huh? Yeah, this is just not good.
Yeah, I was like, this sucks. Like, this is terrible. I remember even being like, why doesn't this look like the other ones? Like, why does this look like shit?
It doesn't even look like a movie.
It really, you'll see what I mean.
I'm
like,
very excited. For
it
next
looks, and for a while I thought this is what the 80s looked like. Was this like 80s movies looked like shit, and like they kind of do. But
week. Yeah, Dennis's least favorite era is the 80s.
yeah, mine's the early 2000s. But
Yeah, that's a pretty good one to not like too.
yeah, the early 2000s look like shit.
Yeah.
I watched this movie
don't like
Ali
Lens
the
Flare?
other day. Oh, looked like garbage. They always have this weird thing with the lighting where everything is like so like one lit. Like it's like if there's a green light, the whole room is fucking green. I'm like, oh, it gets so monotonous. Anyway, that's a rant for a different time. It's like when you get Nick talking about fucking nanotechnology, and man will fucking talk to you. we'll rant for hours.
Hours, days, even.
Yeah.
I might even bring it up months later. Did you want to do the rating stuff?
No, this was not do with this episode. No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
The first thing is story, which I'm gonna do 3.
I'm gonna do 2.5.
Not bad. I so like the idea of him being
Crazy,
and everyone thinks he's crazy.
Yeah.
But I wish that we didn't know there was a shark yet.
Yeah,
even
well,
though we know
that's the
there's
problem I
shark.
have with it. Is that I think this has a lot of good ideas. It's just not executed well.
Yeah.
And I think if the director would have had maybe like a month to prep and not had to shoot like 3 weeks after getting hired,
Yeah.
and writing the script as they went along, I think they would have had something.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
On that note, too, directing. I don't really know how I feel about directing. Because there's a lot of little things that I liked in it.
Not giving the benefit of the doubt of what happened and what the circumstances are, I'd give it a 3 or 2.5.
I had 3 down.
But I would, but under the circumstances, I'd give it a 3.5. For being like thrust into this production, having to write as you went along, and having to like work around all this shit, like that's incredible. Especially since this is the only other competently directed Jaws movie.
And I think, especially under those circumstances, it came out pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine. Would you say the Rotten Tomatoes like 60 something?
It's 61%.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I think it could even be a 70, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But the acting,
I'm gonna give that
I did 3.
yeah.
Because I really like the adults.
Yeah, Chief Brody, the wife, the villains, they're great.
The shark.
The shark, phenomenal performance once again. Adding the scar was a good dimension to his character.
Yeah. It really shows his dark, twisted past.
Oh, we didn't really talk about that. Yeah, the shark's got a scar on his face the whole fucking time.
Yeah, from the boat that blows up.
Yeah, they make him look more menacing.
Yeah, and that's.
I know I keep
dumb.
saying menacing. It's menacing, but there's a movie called American Movie where the director's like, yeah, but can you look more menacing? But like a little bit more menacing.
Beautiful.
And I think
it's just broken you.
Yeah. I have to show you that movie.
I wish I had an excuse for why I can't speak.
Yeah,
I just can't.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's so funny.
I'll check it out. Is it like a spoof movie?
No, it's a documentary.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out.
But it's hilarious.
Cinematography. I said 4.
Yeah.
Didn't have any insane.
I'd say
shots.
3.5.
The shot that I really liked was there's not really a long take, but it's probably like 20 seconds of we get a montage of beachgoers, and it's all right.
Yeah,
there's a shot of some booties that I'm like, you didn't need that.
You
like,
can't go on some booties, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like, I think all the other ones were like there was interesting things going on in the frame, and then that one it's just 3 girls walking away.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But there's a kid running with a kite, and the kite slowly makes an angle up towards the shark watching tower, and we see Brody in it. And it was great. I want to know if the kid did that, or if the kid like gives it to an adult to then like let out the slack perfectly to line it up, because it looks really good. The score is pretty easy. I'm giving it a 4, but damn, it's good.
Yeah, John Williams comes back, and he doesn't really reuse the score from Jaws at all. He creates a completely new score. I really like that one where it's that score where it's like the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I
dun 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 dun.
I think it was that one. Was the one where I went, this is a good score.
Yeah, that was the beach montage.
Yeah,
where he keeps going up an octave, where it goes dun 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 dun.
And yeah, I went, wow. I figured they would have gone out, and you were like, yeah, it's John Williams again. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Art direction, which I'm gonna give it 5 blue trucks out of 5 blue trucks.
I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's in the 1970s, and so it looks great.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the boats are cool.
Chief Brody's got some short shorts.
They're not all the time. Sometimes he has pants, but the short shorts are short.
They say that in Jaws 3.
What, short shorts are short?
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's almost
Nick
as
was
good
anticipating himself.
What's the one-liner in this one?
I can remember.
Oh, it's not smile.
What?
Open up.
Oh, say ah!
Yeah, sucks. I hated that.
Yeah.
I prefer
smile, you son of a. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Editing, I gave it 2.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Nice. I think editing was the cause of a lot of the problems I had with this.
Yeah, I watched Jaws 2 a lot as a kid, so I have a lot of nostalgia for it. That's why I'm being so lax on a lot of its problems.
And then standout performance.
I'm not gonna say Chief because obviously it's Chief,
but man, Chief kills it. It's definitely not Mike.
It's not Mike.
Yeah, the 2 main characters. One of them didn't act.
I would say it's either Tina or Sean.
Sean actually does really well.
Sean does really fucking well.
There's a scene where he is by himself on a upturned boat, and he's just like
petrified. He's got
Yeah.
like full of survivor's guilt and everything.
yeah, and it looks like he is genuinely completely spaced out, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that I believe that this kid is in pain.
Yeah. But I thought Tina's acting when she's in shock on the boat is really good.
I think it's really good. There's one part where I was like, okay, let's dial it back a tiny bit. I know this is a very traumatic thing, but it was like hurting me, the amount of stutter crying.
Yeah.
But
I liked it.
yeah, and I think it's appropriate for the scene. I just didn't like it is all.
Yeah. And the only other person I can point out as a possible standout is Eddie, is Larry.
Well, I like
I know.
Deputy's great.
I like the incels.
Yeah. They open up really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask what's her face, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah, he's like, sometimes the most beautiful girl is the loneliest. That's a crock of shit. I know.
Yeah.
No, my favorite is when he's like, dude, you see that? She was looking at you. He's just like, nah, she wasn't. What are you saying? She was staring at you and drooling. He's like, nah, I'm thin. I wear glasses. I live in Amity year round. I'm not good enough for her. He's like, I guess you're right. She wasn't looking at you.
And then he just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
I'm going to go to the
combo.
incels. Keith Gordon. Keith Gordon's the only one who I know the name of off the top of my hand.
That was like a good, that's like the stoner equivalent. I feel like every movie has the stoner throwaway character.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a lot of, there's like no drug mention in either of these.
It's a clean movie.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, but
Which
the kids
for the
do go to
80s.
underage bar.
No, that's true.
All right. Well, is that stand-up performance the ending, right?
Yeah, that's the last one.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
So overall, I would probably give this movie like 3.5, maybe
Yeah, that's probably about where I am.
3 to 3.5.
It almost gets a 4, but
Yeah, like I like it. I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie, but I just think like it's not as good as Jaws.
yeah.
And it's not as bad as Jaws 3 and 4. So it's just so middle of the road for me because you don't get the enjoyment because you're watching a movie with so much potential that's just being squandered.
Yeah.
And you're not getting something that's being reached to its full highest peak, or you're not getting something that's going to its lowest of the low.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to watch a Jaws movie, I want to either see something that's like a perfect masterpiece or a fucking disaster piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, they should. I think that they should have got a different director.
Let them sit with it for a minute.
Yeah, I would have thrown in David Cronenberg. Get some fucked up shark shit going on there. Get some body horror.
The charred body would have looked scarier.
The fucking
Would have held on.
The orca would have looked horrific. Would have been pus coming out of its eyeball and shit. Oh, I would have loved it.
I mean, obviously it wasn't the plan, but at the end, when the shark bites the power line, one of the fireworks, like the smoke comes out of the shark's eye, and I was like, wow. That's not planned, but the idea of that is so gross that his eyes are. It's so heating him up that his eyes are burning.
Yeah, I mean, if it was Cronenberg, it would have been fucking horrific.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish Cronenberg made a shark movie now. It would have been so cool. Speaking of Cronenberg, everyone listen, you should go see Crimes of the Future. It slaps.
Okay, I was talking about that with Dennis the other day. I was like, you want to go see this?
It's awesome.
Okay.
You're gonna hate it though.
Okay, yeah, I figured. Yeah.
But yeah, that's Jaws 2. Thanks everyone for listening. And next week we're going to be doing Jaws 3, otherwise known as Jaws 3D. We're not watching it in 3D.
Oh, what if I bring 3D glasses?
It doesn't work.
Oh.
They've never released it on home. And maybe they might have released it on Blu-ray. They didn't release it back in 2003 on with 3D capacity. When I bought the DVD in 2003,
because I have the red blue. And
yeah,
it
was red blue, but they don't. Unless you buy the Blu-ray of it in 3D,
yeah.
We're not doing it.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to leave a review of the podcast on Spotify. Comment on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube, and be prepared for us to have probably a 2-hour episode to rewrite Jaws 3.
You got to do the shark outro.
Oh yeah, chomp chomp! It's me, Mark, the shark guy. Bye bye.